I hope I'm saying this right, but apparently Katowice is boring. Or is it? Well, we're going to talk about that in today's video. Katowice, Poland. People said it's boring. Link to the original videos down in the description below. Like the commentary and discussion we do here on my channel, consider subscribing. Let's jump into it.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. We have been told by several Polish people not to come to Katowice, so if you have been following us for long enough, you know exactly what we did. We came to Katowice to see what the city has to offer, so let's go and explore this city.
So right now I'm sitting directly in front of Spodek, which in Polish it translates to spaceship.
I was just about to say, does it just mean spaceship? It looks exactly like a spaceship. It looks pretty cool. Is it an art museum? Let me find out. There's an IMAX in here.
And it's an incredibly interesting looking design for an arena. There's also a bunch of other things inside the Spodek. They hold concerts. They have 3 huge car parks in there. There's apparently a very large gym in there as well. It seems to have quite a little bit of construction going on around the outside of it, but nonetheless, this is a very beautiful and very unique building. Now, typically...
So is it always used? I think, I know this is a weird question, but in America, we have like stadiums that get used like probably a couple months out of the year and then are pretty not used the rest of the year. So is this one of those cases, or is it pretty used regularly?
When people think of visiting Poland, especially from a tourist perspective, you think of places like Gdańsk, Warsaw, Krakow, or maybe even Zakopane if you're planning on doing a ski trip or some hiking or something like that. But Katowice never really makes that list. And today we are basically going to be asking the question, why? Why is that? Why has Katowice not made the list of typical Polish tourist city destinations?
I'm going to make a guess here. Probably, we got plenty of video left, so I'm probably going to be wrong. But is it because it's like the business? Is it a business city, like an industrial city? Because they're really showing a lot of like modern architecture. So like, I don't want to say, is it the business district, but it's because it's not a district, it's a city. But is that really what it is? Like, it feels like it.
And that's exactly why we came here to Katowice, is basically to explore. We're going to be spending a couple of days wandering around and seeing what is really going on in this city.
This area that we are in at the moment is very interesting because it's kind of a mix of different things. So you have these like very...
I just realized what her hoodie said. I don't know if y'all saw this, but look at her hoodie. Look at what her hoodie says. I'm going to read it out loud for those listening to the video in the background. This is actually really funny.
This area...
Her hoodie says, "Small Tits Club." Wow. I have nothing against the hoodie. I think it's really cool. I think it's really funny. I don't know if she planned it that way, but it's actually really hilarious.
That we are in at the moment is very interesting because
in America we call it or I guess I mean I haven't seen the Small Tits Club saying before, but it's in America there's a saying, it's like itty bitty titty committee. So I just thought it was funny.
It's kind of a mix of different things. So you have these like very modern looking buildings where big consultancy and agencies are in, kind of lined with the Spodek, that arena that Luke has been talking about. In the distance you see a mining tower over there, and then you also see quite a bit of like flats, that like large apartment buildings that look like they were maybe built in like I'd say the 70s or the 80s. So it seems to be like a very diverse type of architecture, but it all comes together, and it seems to be...
That is a crazy looking building though. It reminds me, we have a building that's like, looks not similar to this, but just crazy architecture in Seattle. It's wild. I think it's owned by Amazon. I don't remember who owns it.
Very nice.
The city of Katowice was actually seized from the Nazis in 1945 by the Soviet army, and it was redeclared as being Poland. And actually, since 2020, Katowice is categorized as a gamma metropolis of globalization and development. And it seems to be working in the right direction to give itself the name as a modern day metropolis.
Wow, you guys, look at the size of these apartments.
But what industries are there? I guess this is a question for someone that might live there or have some experience. What industries are they catering to though? Like that's what I'm really interested in, because you have metropolises. Like, I guess I use the example of America, right? We have a lot of big cities, like a lot of big cities, but they don't all cater to the same type of industry, right? You have some that cater to technology, for example, is probably one of the bigger ones. You have others that cater to hotels. You have some that cater to gambling. You have some that cater to just purely entertainment. You have some that cater to business, just business oriented, like contracts and stuff like that. So it just depends. Like I guess obviously this video might be a little bit dated, but there wasn't a lot of big buildings there. So I'm just curious on who are they trying to bring to this part of Poland?
Here, this one apartment building. I would really like to know how many people fit into this.
Yeah.
I'd say there's easily like 300, 400 apartments in there, and in each one of them probably several people. So you can calculate yourself how many people might live in there.
And how spacious it is. Like how many imagine managing the key cards or the keys for that place. Jesus.
Just here behind me, you can see the contrast of the much older buildings and architecture in comparison to this building over here. You have ultra modern buildings, almost like skyscraper, modern day European architecture mixed in with old 40s, 50s, 60s style, almost Soviet style architecture. And it just adds a certain type of unique character to Katowice. Katowice has quickly become known as the leading cultural city in all of the Silesia Voivodeship, and it is known for festivals, music concerts, and a bunch of other incredible events such as the National Radio Orchestra.
So are they they're catering to like entertainment then? So like it's like an entertainment hub? Is that what they're going for? Kind of like all forms of entertainment. You got your music, your sports, and all that jazz. I mean, it makes sense because they have the arena, but interesting. Okay.
Is actually located here in Katowice as well. And right now we are on one of the main walking streets and shopping areas in the center of Katowice. And you can see that this place is truly thriving. There's plenty of people out and about living their lives, doing their shopping, and there's loads of amazing local markets to check out as well.
Oh my god, you guys, this is so cool. Check this out.
It's actually really nice too that it seems pretty walkable. Now, obviously, one of the things I've learned, even just learning about other countries and reacting to videos, is that though I say, "Oh, it seems pretty walkable," and then someone comes along and be like, "At that time of the year," and it's like, "Oh, what do you mean?" Well, during holidays, things change, right? So, is this typically the vibe that you're gonna get, or is it more populated than this? Is it actually so packed full of people? I mean, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but I'm just trying to gauge, is this something that I'm going to want to spend a lot of time at versus just some time? Because I am open to visiting this place, like Katowice, right? I don't mind. Like, I want to experience as much as Poland as I can. So I'm just trying to see where this would fit in the priority list.
It seems like there is a public piano that people or like locals that just walk by can play on. And there's actually a lot of people stopping and clapping and all.
Which, by the way, if you like my Polish videos, consider subscribing. I react to a lot of Polish content, and I have an entire playlist in the description of this video. We reacted all things, not all things Poland, but a lot of things Poland. So
of that. So I think that's a really, really great idea. And this grammar here is actually really good.
Right now we're in Galeria Katowice, which is one of the many amazing super malls that you will find scattered all over Katowice. Again, adding an amazing extra dimension to the city of Katowice.
You know what's crazy? Is this where people go to like get designer, like high-end designer brands that you don't want to get online or something? We call those like outlet malls here in America, where it's only specific to those like designer brands. It's not like a full-on mall where you have a little bit of everything, but they're only like those expensive brands. So is this kind of like the vibe that they're going for? I mean, he says it's a mega mall, so it looks like it has a little bit of everything. But is there even those types of malls there? Like, I'm not really one for wearing fancy stuff. Like, I'm wearing a Vans shirt that I got for like $10. So, but I'm just trying to. I guess I'm asking these questions because I'm really trying to get the picture of what I think this place is like, really. And they're doing a good job of describing it. But again, it's like one of those things where like it won't make sense until you're there, and so that's why I'm really relying you guys to give me y'all's opinions.
This mall itself is really amazing, not only because of the choice of shops. Obviously you have everything here from A to Z that you would find in any other larger European city, really. This mall is also really interesting because of its architecture. I kind of feel like it's just hyper modern, everything kind of is white and cement, like this very hyper modern industrial type of a mall, which I think makes it look really interesting. Check this house here out.
It's so crazy that she says it looks interesting. I think it does look interesting, but a lot of American architecture for a small period was that style, and I'm really over it now. So it's like I like more like older styles. I don't want to say like specifically like what kind, but like older styles of architecture because there's just more personality. So I don't know. It's just so funny that it's like I want the opposite of what I have here in America.
Where the Żabka is in, it literally looks like a squirrel's dream. If I was a squirrel,
wow.
I would rent the space in there for sure.
Right now we are in the main market square of Katowice, and beautiful, modern and contemporary buildings surround this beautiful plaza. It's also crisscrossed with tram lines, and you can commonly see trams just passing by on every side of this plaza square. It is a super nice laid-back atmosphere here in this plaza. There's plenty of coffee shops, outdoor cafes. There's beautiful.
Oh, that's so cool. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna steal that idea of a van and bring it to America. Holy crap, that's such a smart idea. And then you have the little roll-up thingies. That's such a good idea. Wow. Someone should bring that to the US.
Stairs just over here behind me where you can see people just chilling and having their midday lunch. And we are lucky once again to have beautiful sunshine here with us today as we are filming around this amazing city.
How hot does it get over there? Is it like really, really warm? Or is it like, I don't know. I guess I'm not really the best to even compare anything because I grew up in Texas for a long time, for a long period, and it's just really, really hot in Texas. So I guess I don't know. Just give me what you think would be like the best way to describe the temperature there.
Gesundheit. It's quite strange, actually, the weather and the temperature difference between here and Zakopane. We came here on the bus from Zakopane, and it took us yesterday around 3.5 hours, nearly 4 hours to get here to Katowice. Obviously there's quite a big difference in elevation between the two places, so you really do feel the temperature difference. Today it's a sunny day and we were expecting to be a little bit on the chilly side, but wow, it's hot.
Yeah, this morning when we were in our accommodation I was telling Luke to put on something warm because he kind of had short short sleeves. And now we are really regretting the decision because it's actually so hot that I think like a nice summery dress or maybe just a t-shirt would have been enough.
Yeah, I definitely am considering it. I should have brought a hat with me as well. I'm gonna have a red head for the.
He's been, his head is frying. So, okay, question. I don't know if they're going to get into the nightlife stuff because it seems like a lot of it's being recorded in the daytime. So I'm going to put this in here, this question. I know I ask a lot of questions. Put this in here, this question, in case it doesn't get answered, but also it's mostly so I don't forget. What's this area behind them like at night? It looks like you could actually put like a venue or something like a stage there, which looks really interesting. But what's this hub area like at night? Is it people drinking? Is there bars? Because I didn't really see bars. I mean, I guess there's one over here, kind of, right? It's like a restaurant, looks like. I hate saying what's the nightlife like because it's such a broad question. But I guess that's really what I'm asking. I guess it's to paint a better picture, right? What are you finding during the nightlife here, if there is any?
Next few videos.
Yeah, obviously there are loads of other things that Katowice has to offer. There's not only malls and nice architecture around here. There are loads and loads of music festivals, concerts going on, loads of museums and art galleries and all of that good stuff. So I do think Katowice is a valid choice. If you're looking for somewhere to get away, maybe for a weekend, do like a nice city trip and get to know Poland and the Silesia area a little bit better.
So she's saying a weekend trip. So what, 2 days, a day and a half? Like this is where like, I know I rely on you guys on a lot to really paint a picture, but like, be honest with me. Be as brutally honest. How long do you think I should spend here? But don't say like, oh, a couple hours. Cause I know you're being dramatic. Unless y'all all agree, like if I start seeing like 50 comments, like no, actually an hour is fine, then maybe I'll believe. But I mean, give me like, what is a realistic? Because I see a lot of things, but I see a lot of things that I like and things that look interesting. But a lot of that seems like things I would get here. It just seems like I would go there if there was like an event or a sporting events or something specifically that I'm going for, rather than like the experience. Does that make sense? So y'all would have to let me know. Like, give me the brutal, honest answer of what you guys think about this. Like, how much time someone should spend there as like a tourist.
Now, in terms of things that we have on our to-do list while we're here in Katowice, there's quite a few. There is the Silesian Museum, which is supposed to be an absolutely beautiful, interactive museum.
I love museums.
That teaches you all about the history of Silesia, of course.
I am, as much as I love like the getaways and the rural experiences, like camping out or sitting at a beach and doing nothing. I love learning, as you can tell by this video. I love learning, but it's just like, I don't know. Look, I'm just saying this because a lot of people, even my age and younger in America, I don't know what it is, just don't like museums, or I don't know, maybe I don't know how to word it, but they just don't care for learning, like as like a thing for fun. Does that make sense?
There's also an area that's called Katowice, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and it is supposed to be a coal miner settlement area of Katowice that is a must-see while you are here.
That sounds cool.
This is the interesting part. We're going to be in Katowice for a few days, and we're definitely going to be filming another video while we're here. So hit that red subscribe button if you haven't already, because we're definitely going to be going and checking out Katowice. So if you want to see that video, click away.
Yeah, go support them. Their video is going to be linked in the description below.
Now today is just our very first day of wandering around and checking out the sites here in Katowice. So we are very much totally new to this city and we're seeing it with fresh eyes. So guys, this is a question for you. Drop it down in the comments if you can. What are the must-do things while we are in Katowice? And you never know, we may go and pick one of those comments and feature that in the next video here.
I think this video is like a year old or a couple months old. I don't remember. Probably a couple years. So I wonder how dramatically things have changed. Like how much more there is to do or how much less there is to do.
Because we are anxiously looking for incredible places to see that are a little bit off of the beaten path. That's why we came to Katowice in the first place, because yes, it's nice to go to places such as Krakow or like Zakopane, for example, but so many millions of tourists have been to these places. So we are currently on the hunt for the real side of Poland. We want to experience what the locals experience. So let us know down below. So we've been here now for a few hours wandering around these beautiful and unique streets. Check this building out beside me, it's really interesting. All of the architecture here actually is super interesting. That's, like we said, it's just a total blend of so many different eras and ages.
Yeah, I definitely get that vibe. It's kind of, it kind of gives me like, I don't know if this is a good comparison, but it gives me a vibe of like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Hollywood studios, like the big warehouses where they have the fake cities built inside and there's like sets. It feels like a combination of that, like all put together. Kind of weird. Like not weird, but it's just like it's very different. It gives me that kind of vibe for sure.
Ages all combined into this former coal mining settlement of a city, so it really just adds a whole different perspective to a modern day European, West European city. What's your first impressions of Katowice?
So my first impression, I think I am very positively surprised, because as I said in the very beginning of this video, people were actually telling us not to go to Katowice because some people said it was maybe boring or not that much to do, really. And I do think it's quite the opposite. I think there's loads and loads of things to explore here in the area and maybe try out some new restaurants and cafes. So I do think, as I said before, it is a valid option if you are looking for like a weekend getaway, like a cultural destination for like maybe 3 or 4 days, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely. And something that jumps out at me particularly.
So she's saying 3 or 4 days. He's saying a weekend, like, or it's like, I don't know. And like, I'm gonna be honest. So far, maybe I need to like see a list of like events that go on there, but I don't really see myself spending more than like 2 days there. I feel like, based on the vibe I'm getting. It could just be that the vlog that they're filming just really didn't show that much. And maybe we have to watch like the follow-up video up to this and get a better feel for it. But I'm not really getting it just kind of, this feels like something I would experience here in America. Just going to a shopping, like a city that's known for shopping or like a shopping district. Like,
is the amount of greenery that is around this city. A lot of people described Katowice to us as being somewhat of a boring, grey, dull type of environment, and the city itself is actually far from that. It's actually plenty of parks, open nature-esque areas, and a lot of people seem to just be enjoying life here. It's not as dull and grey as it was previously described to us as being. And it's,
but I can see what they're saying though. Like, I can see what the people, I guess, in their comments were saying about it being more like the look of it, right? Like I kind of agree with that, right? But not entirely. I would need more information. I would need to, again, like I hate saying that I would need to see the events that go on there. Maybe that would be like the follow-up video or I mean, obviously that's what I'm going to do. Now, maybe not the follow-up video to this one, or like the next video after this, but I'm going to see if I can find maybe something about, Katowice that's going on. Like it's just throughout the year or regularly that's worth visiting.
Definitely surprised me and Naomi. Just walking around briefly as we have done today. This is probably going to be a relatively quick first impression video, but we are very positively.
I mean, it does look lived in though. Like that's the thing. It's like oftentimes in America, a lot of times people say, "Oh, it's boring." Like they'll say somewhere in America is boring, but it's usually because there's not a lot of people there, and it just doesn't feel lived in. Does that make sense? Whereas here, it's like people might say it's boring, but it does still look lived in. Like you can see tons of people everywhere going about their day. Maybe a lot of these people are tourists. I couldn't tell. Because there wasn't a lot of people stopping and taking pictures. Does that make sense? So I don't know. I still think that's a positive thing to take away, is that it's definitely, it looks alive.
Surprised about Katowice and can't wait to spend more time here too.
Both thumbs up.
Yeah, absolutely. So that being said, guys,
that's it from us today, you guys. My name is Naomi.
My name is Luke.
We are the two Mad Explorers.
Check out.
See you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye. I also thought her hoodie is so funny. Small tits club. It's so random. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you agree? Disagree? Do you actually? I feel like a lot of you might actually agree with it being boring. I don't know. You let me know. Love you guys. Check it out the next one. Bye-bye. This video is brought to you actually by viewers like you. Thank you so much for subscribing and being part of my journey and allowing me to be a part of yours. Let's create new memories this 2025 on our road to 1 million subscribers. And with all that jazz out of the way, I just want to say thank you so much. I love y'all and enjoy the video.